How's everybody doing out there? This is the real Black Effect. I want to get into this message quickly because this is important. You have this recent shooting. There's a manhunt underway after the mass shooting that happened in Lewiston, Maine, and this was a Caucasian shooter. This man is still out at large. So again, there's a manhunt going on after a mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine. They said federal agents and the FBI they've joined on the search for a person of interest who police say is connected to the shootings in Lewiston, Maine. Person of interest. Come on now. Like, you have his picture, you have his car. Like, person of interest, man. What and how did he make it out of these places alive? You understand? But we're gonna get there. So it says the FBI has sent dozens of agents and other staff to assist the local and state police leading the investigation. Investigators are looking at cell phone signals to try to identify his movement in the hours and days before the shootings, as well as examining social media and other electronic records to try to identify his whereabouts. Now, these people know that this man is armed and dangerous. You know, now it's time for you to earn your keep as a police officer. This is when you earn your keep. This is when you should turn up. Like, for real, if you were called to do this and it's not just a job for you, this should be when you should turn up. You understand? This is where you know, if you gotta, dead or alive, if you gotta take him, you know what I'm saying? Because you understand that's how he's rolling. So you gotta be prepared to do what you're trained to do. Because this guy is out here killing 16 people. This they say at least 16 people were killed at a mass shooting at a restaurant in a bowling alley. He went to a bowling alley first, then he went to a pool hall, and then shot people there. Of course, obviously nobody there was strapped. Like, obviously, you know, that's the thing. You got Texas, all these people, you know, people just go out to have fun. You get people brandishing guns on the videos, the rappers. That's why mass shooters and stuff don't go to the hood. You know, they don't go nowhere like that to the hood or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who got something. Like, you start shooting out, man, everybody. You have 10 dudes just flanking you, shooting you up. And that's what really needs to happen. Like, you need security in these places also. How this bowling alley not gonna have no dudes with guns? And how is, you know what I'm saying, you in a pool hall, you know, no, but they don't have no security. Niggas just in there just acting stupid. All right, so it says Robert Carr 40. The shooter's name is Robert Card. I'm not going to talk allegedly. I'm not going to be talking about no person of interest. The mass shooter name is Robert Card. He's 40 years old. And he should be considered armed and dangerous, definitely. And they say that he was a gun instructor as well. So he has a military background, and he is a gun instructor. So, you know, any encounters, like if you was to see, like, you just, to me, it would be a bust first type of, type of situation. You know what I'm saying? I wound him or something. You know, then we'll worry about it later. I hit you in the leg and grab and drag his ass up, you know, because this guy has already killed 16 people. He's already turned it up. He's already escalated everything. You understand? And so that's what the police got to understand. But and what I wanted to say, though, is this guy also had spent 2 weeks in a mental facility for already talking about shooting up the Pentagon or shooting up, I forget where he's shooting up some government facility. He's already been admitted into the mental facility for 2 weeks. And that's my point. The mental health, the whole mental health profession here in America, it's a racket. Mental health, period, that's a racket. Like, you know, all of this is a spiritual illness that a person had, that it's affecting your mental. He's hearing voices. This man was under demonic attack. Do you understand? It's still no excuse, because it's even more your fault for letting these things go on. It's still going to end up being your total responsibility to deal with these things the same way it is if they give you tons of pills and send you out, just like they did this dude. They didn't do nothing. They didn't help him. This guy came out here, it seemed like he came out and was worse. No, these people have a deep, dark spiritual illness that's manifesting in their mind, and we call it mental illness, but these people are just demonized, man. You know, and when you get these people, like, you really need to attack that problem correctly, because you can make them worse. Like pills and stuff like that stuff mess with your brain chemistry. They don't make you better. You know, these people holding these, a lot of like these white males at 40, like these are the ages like 35 to 50, 35 to 60, like in their midlife. These that were some of these Caucasian males will go straight ballistic. Like, yes, black males will do it on a smaller scale, but they don't, for the most part, these mass shootings, the only thing left for this dude is God. He finna end up either dead or in jail for the rest of his life, which is rightfully so. That's reaping what you sow. But my thing is like, I don't know what the gun laws is in Maine, but people there should be packing, bro. You got dudes. One of the witnesses there said her father was an ex-cop. But I know he in the bowling alley. But what, you leave your burner in the car? Like, you should have a open carry license. One of y'all could have it on you in the bowl. But I know you in the bowling alley, bro. But if they need security, and if they don't have it, then you need to be in there with it. Seriously, man, I don't care what little town you in, how much you trust the people, whatever, man. You like nowadays, you just never know. You understand? And people, it's best for people to try to go places. First of all, you try to take all the precautions you can. I always say, I'm with the God. I'm with God. I pray over my life, and I'm not scared to die. I mean, we all have an appointed time, but I won't be in those places when that stuff is going on. That's because God orders the steps of his saints and his believers. I'm not going to even be there. It'll be something that hold me up 10 minutes before. Now, if you are there though, and then number two, you should try to go places where they have security, or places that are secure. But I mean, you never know again. But if you are there and something like that's going on, at least you will be able to have your fire on you, you know what I'm saying? So you will be able to return some type of the same threat level, instead of, you gotta hide or go do some, you know what I mean? Unless you know how to disarm a nigga or something like that. Because I guarantee you, like, look, if one person was to grab him, one guy was to grab the guy, it'll be, if you had another person come right behind him and grab him, y'all could just end that right then and there without a gun. You could, but it would take the initial person to grab him, and, or to start fighting with him and things like that. He might even get shot, but whatever, you stopped it. This guy is on a manhunt now. So they still haven't caught him. This nigga can just be anywhere, you know what I'm saying? And this is like, again, this is the time for you police to earn your keep. But I'm going to end the video with this. This country needs, it's not just white men or, black people or Hispanic. This whole world but needs Jesus Christ. But this country needs Jesus, man. It needs to return to the Most High. Now, you're going to always have these things popping up. And the differences in these mass shootings is, yes, you have all different races doing shooting multiple people. But the difference is when white guys do it, they tend to just go shoot up random people. If it's a black dude, he probably know you, or it's you call him the ops or some stupid stuff like that. Yeah, sure, he don't care about shooting indiscriminately in a drive-by or something like that. But what he's not gonna do, and it's no better, it's not better to kill people who look like you, or are you going to kill random folks? But this man here went to places where they having youth bowling time and stuff like the places that there was soft targets. He even went to a pool hall. I don't know how niggas didn't have security or somebody with some gun, with something in a pool hall, but it's one of them hole in the walls. Again, man, it's just like, man, it's a sad situation, bro. You got people, this mental illness racket in America is all it is. It's a racket. It's not it doesn't help anyone. You understand? Because they not attacking the spiritual illness of the person. That is the true That is the core illness of what's going on. If you was it's the same when in the Bible Jesus told you, man, like they told you in the Bible when Jesus was in the cemetery with that guy, with the man who was possessed by many demons. He was possessed by a legion of demons. He was like so possessed that like he was strong. Like, you know how crazy people get like super strength for, you know, certain levels of strength. They call it crazy strength. But this guy was, you know, he was strong. Nobody could subdue him. But when he came to Jesus, he ran up on him and just fell to his knees. You know, Jesus Christ and that is what the power of God does. Do you understand? At the end of the day, like I said, it's a sad situation. But this is why we have to stay close to God, because we can walk out the house. You couldn't even have to make it to the bowling alley. You could have just flipped your car over, you know what I'm saying, on some freak accident, like, or anything. You know, our mortality is always in question. Like, nothing is promised. You understand? Nothing's promised. That's why, you know, you got to treat people the way that you're supposed to treat them now. That's why you got to do what you're supposed to do now. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to wait or do what you're supposed to do now. But the spiritual illness, man, and it manifests mentally. This guy was hearing voices. He already went to the mental facility for 2 weeks. He was there for 2 weeks. Like, he was talking about shooting up the National Guard, shooting up the National Guard's office or something like that. It's like he already had shown himself to be unhinged. That's what happens with a lot of our military people. You know, they need help after the fact. And you need grounding. I'm gonna keep drilling this. You need grounding in Christ. That is the thing that will keep you in your right mind. Do you understand? Because we fight against spirits and principalities of the air. You also forget you have the demonic beings, the fallen angels that you're fighting against. This is your enemy. They don't like you. They not happy with you making progress or you trying to live for the Lord. They not happy with, you know, with you, period. They don't. So you have these things will come into your mind. His voices, those things, you can get suggestions from these demonic beings. And again, it's no excuse to you if you listening to him. You understand? This guy is gonna end up dead or in jail very quickly. You know, now, even though he has this training background or whatever, that don't matter, bro. One bullet is all it takes. One. So we'll see. You know, I'm gonna continue to pray that, you know, that this man get located and justice is served, because of course, they failed at that mental health facility. That's nothing but a racket. They don't help people there because they don't attack the root of the problem. Giving people pills and stuff like that, it's never worked. All right. So look, prayers up for the family, to those who of the family of the loved ones of those who were killed. Prayers up for those who are injured. You understand? And prayers that they catch this knucklehead fool. But we need to really go back to the drawing board and understand how to really help someone. Do you understand? God is the physician, man. You know, and taking pills and trying to alter your brain chemistry, like, that's not going to help you. You know, we need to really attack the roots of the problems. And if somebody is talking like that and you know, are criminally insane or something, like, you need to, you know, they need to stay in there a little bit longer. Like, if he's trying to threaten people. So with that being said, this is your man, Nico B, Blackeffect. I'm gone.